Thank you for joining us to learn more about our professional programs. Today we'll explore the different programs we have on offer here at the University of Auckland Business School. My name is Marco Eugster and I'm the Director of the Master of Applied Finance. And I teach a range of undergraduate and postgraduate courses in finance here at the Business School. Today I'm joined by some of my Business School colleagues. We're going to discuss the Master of Applied Finance, the Master of Business Management and the Master of Business Analytics. Udayangi and Ina, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, my name is Ina Piven. I'm an MBM Digital Marketing Lead. Digital marketing has been my playground since 2009. In 2020, I joined the University of Auckland Business School as a learning designer and digital marketing lecturer, and it's great to see our programs we developed are growing.
Hello everyone, my name is Udayangi. I am the co-course lead for the Business Analytics Masters program. I have been a part of the business school for 8 years now, and I have been working in the area of business analytics throughout that time.
Udayangi and Ina, could you give us a bit of an overview of the Master of Business Analytics and Master of Business Management?
MBM programs specifically designed for new and recent graduates. It's very flexible study options, so it's normally delivered during evenings. It has quota-based study options, and the beauty of this program, it's really skill-based and industry-focused. So we always work with real organizations and our clients, and capstone projects always is a highlight of the learning experiences. It's for people who would like to rescale, upscale, to gain new knowledge, move from one industry to another. So you don't need to have necessarily a business background. I had students in my classes from very different, with very different work experiences and study experiences, but they all succeeded in gaining very specific, let's say, digital marketing skills, so which definitely, I believe, advanced their career options.
And Udayangi, can you tell us a little bit more about the Master of Business Analytics?
Yes, so it's quite similar to the Master of Business Management, really. It is again a quota-based program. It is designed to be completed across 15 months if you're doing it full time. And the type of students who come in, they are from various different industries, really. You do not have to be a business graduate to enter into the Master of Business Analytics. You can come in with any type of degree, an undergraduate degree, as long as you've done some statistics course in your degree as well. And it's really catered towards equipping students with the key skills that they need to work as business analytics professionals. So it's designed into two parts. The first part is our core courses, where they will learn the key concepts, all the key techniques that they need to use data to inform decision making. They'll learn about how to source, they'll learn about how to manage, how to clean that data, they'll learn about how to visualize it, and how to tell very engaging, enriching stories with that data, which is exactly what the industry needs right now.
So a very applied program.
Absolutely. And then it gets better, because in the second part of the program, then they have the opportunity to select one of 3 industries, because the specializations are in marketing, in supply chain management, and also in fintech. And there they get to apply the techniques that they were learning in the part 1 and really engage with real world data, with real world problems, and help solve those problems in their consultancy projects working with companies.
And also very excited about our newest program, which we're going to offer for the first time this year, so starting in September, which is the Master of Applied Finance. And again, there's a lot of similarities with the programs that you've discussed. So in terms of the Master of Applied Finance, our aim here really is to, I guess, equip students with all the skills and knowledge they need to go out and be successful in the world of finance and all sorts of different roles within the industry. And again, there's similar to your programs, there's 2 parts to it. So in the first part, students will learn about the core finance skills and some other related areas, so corporate finance, investments, financial risk management, economics. And then in the second part of the program, they then have an opportunity to specialize, so choose an area of specialization most suited to their career goals. So at the moment we've got sustainable finance, which is a really rapidly growing area in finance, and also financial analytics. And again, as part of that specialization, students will actually go and work with a real company as part of an industry project. Well, we all know that we live in a world of constant change and uncertainty. So how can our programs help our students adapt to the future of work?
It's a really good question. I think our approach as educators should be not only about what is happening now in different industries, right? We also need to provide some future-forward ideas, future-forward prospects for students to consider.
Yes, absolutely.
For example, in the context of digital marketing, last year our program collaborated with the Technology Hub at the Business School. So students were able to work with very advanced technologies such as AI, augmented reality, virtual reality. And it was quite applicable to our client organization as well, because they designed a community metaverse using VR sets and presenting their ideas in one of the metaverse communities, which again, probably too early to tell that yes, it's a way to go, but our goal as educators to show the possibilities, to show students the importance of being open to these new technological developments. We can't ignore it, including AI and ChatGPT. Everybody is buzzing about.
Absolutely, and I think we can't ignore the fact that data is like the lifeblood of organizations these days, and especially with the way technology is advancing, we are just generating massive amounts of data in every organization constantly. And the fact is, this data is going to drive organizations towards improved decision making. So every day, if you want to improve your competitive advantage, if you want to improve your operational efficiency, if you want to provide more personalized experiences for your customers, the answer for how to do that lies in your data.
Yeah, that's right.
That is being generated every day through your transactions. And that's what we teach in the Business Analytics Masters program as well. How do you take that data and how do you apply the various analytical techniques to be able to create and make those good business decisions? And the demand is not just local, it is global for business analytics professionals, definitely. So our program really does prepare students for a very wide variety of careers, which can be the highly technical roles, because the program does teach that, but also roles like consultancy and strategic roles as well.
Yes, so hiring prospects looks really promising.
Absolutely.
And you mentioned before sort of AI and ChatGPT coming on board. I guess that was one really big sort of transformation that we've seen in the last few years. And I guess companies have to adapt to it, but so do we in our programs, right? And so
Absolutely. It's a great point, very great point. And we were prepared because as digital marketers, you need to keep up with current technological developments. It wasn't a surprise for us, so we were prepared. So my message to my students, regardless undergraduate or postgraduate, so yes, we deal with AI, and AI, just treat AI as a just child. This AI tool is learning, so we need to give AI good language to speak, good manners to learn from. So the sooner we do it, the better. So, and we are using AI in different aspects of digital, including content creation, data analysis. But again, it's about showing students how to properly evaluate the data generated by AI, so and find the common ground between traditional, let's say, digital marketing analytics tools and AI. So, but again, that's the future, right? So the sooner we start preparing our students, the better.
Yes, and I think just to add to that, one of the key skills that our students need now is not really the core skills of how to work with the data, but more how do you interpret the story that the data is telling you. Because right now, AI can do that interpretation for you. The generating of the story, it can be done. But interpreting it and bringing the human aspect in, that is what our students are getting trained in.
And those are the kinds of skills that will be in demand by employers in future as well, won't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think in terms of the Master of Applied Finance, also very similar. And again, I guess I come back to the fact that the program is very applied and practical in nature. So, it's when we teach the program, we're not trying to simply teach students the theories and the concepts. We actually want to go beyond that. So our goal is to teach them how to apply those skills so that they can solve, unique and new problems that they can use in all sorts of different situations that they'll encounter in real life. I guess one of the ways that we try and do that in the program is through our use of technology. So just to give you one example, so we have at the business school the financial trading room, which students will use as part of the Master of Applied Finance, and there they'll be exposed to real-world financial data that they'll be using for all sorts of different applications. So I guess just really trying to expose students to the types of resources and data that they'll actually encounter in the real
This is the
world.
best way to go. We use as well very recognizable industry tools like HubSpot, CRM, SEMrush, all-in-one, visibility platform, very specific industry tools. And the good point about, let's say, because I can talk about digital marketing, of course, one of the great point about the course, we have industry certifications as well. So it's not necessarily what we cover in class only. You always have a chance to learn more doing industry certifications to support your career prospects.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about the support services that students have available at the university?
We have a great support system. So students, first of all, can decide which options to pursue it full-time or part-time. Again, the choice depends on your job commitment. Sometimes it's quite difficult to make a choice. So it's good to have these people who can help you to explain the benefits of part-time or full-time. We have library services because some students coming to us after a long break, softly speaking, and they need support with academic writing, searching for good resources for your assignment. So again, support is provided, it's quite solid, and it's very nicely established throughout the whole program. In class, because we don't have a large size class, it's up to 60, 70 students. So as a teacher, I also have a lot of opportunities to help my students. And we have office hours, we have Zoom meetings, we have very informal conversations sometimes after the class.
So one of the important features of these programs are the industry consulting projects, aren't they? So let's talk for a minute about those. So Udayangi, what about the Master of Business Analytics? How do the industry projects work there?
Yes, so our students get to work with organizations which will provide them certain data sets and also will provide them with the business problem that they want solved. And we've worked with various different organizations really, ranging from very large organizations such as NZX, which works in the risk commodity markets for New Zealand, and even to small startup companies. So one of the very interesting projects, I think, that was done just with the last cohort of students of the Business Analytics Masters. So the capital risk market, that provider was actually trying to source some price prediction data from an external supplier, and they were very reliant on that data set. So instead, they wanted our students to develop a forecasting and prediction model, which could, with some development, this was just a pilot project, so with some further development, it would be able to replace that need to rely on an external supplier for that price prediction data. And that was very well received by the organization when it was presented.
Very interesting, yeah.
Sounds great, yes.
And what about in terms of the Master of Business Management? Any examples that you can give us there?
Sure. Industry projects are always a highlight of learning experience. Students enjoyed it the most because at the end of the program they have a chance to work with company's brief, client's organization brief. We discuss this brief before to introduce this brief to students. We identify the problems students are going to work with. Again, I mentioned it earlier, probably it's very similar to internship in terms of the scope of the project. So you have the problem, you have the objective, you have goals and deliverables. So we discuss with the client prior. For example, when we worked with St. John, the key goal was to establish awareness around the first aid program and application, mobile application. So students work on this issue and working with different target audiences. And the goal was to develop actionable, specific digital marketing campaign. Another example would be EcoStore, the legendary eco-friendly sustainable company in New Zealand. So the problem was, it's not a problem, we had several issues marketing gaps. So we worked with, and the key goal was to find a way to lead people to use a website, Rika Store's website, to purchase their products on website, because retailers don't necessarily provide the whole range of these eco-friendly, sustainable products. It worked really well. We always have great feedback from our clients. And as I mentioned, students enjoyed it the most because they see the value, and this type of cooperation quite beneficial for both the company and students.
Very exciting, and I guess an excellent way for students to also prepare themselves for going out into the real world, into the industry.
And we always suggest to include this project in their CVs to showcase their capabilities and skills and expertise, because it's again, all projects they develop are doable, actionable, implementable, and have a lot of value.
Yeah, and again, I guess it's very similar as well for the Master of Applied Finance. So we're already engaging with a whole variety of different entities and companies in the finance industry who are interested in having a group of students working with them to help solve some kind of financial challenge that they're facing. So I guess just to give you a few examples, and it could be something like an internal corporate finance related challenge that the company's facing, or it might be an investment related issue involving a financial services firm or a bank, or it could be something finance related with a public sector entity as well. So I guess finance is very broad, and then there's a whole range of different types of entities and companies who are interested in working with our students. So again, an excellent opportunities for both the students, but also for the potential employers to get a lot of value.
Absolutely.
And then what advice would you give people who are looking at potentially studying a Master of Business Management?
First of all, I applaud you. It's a great choice. MBM would be my choice if I'm looking for, again, very skill-based, industry-focused and future-oriented studies. And the second, and the advice is about evaluating the study options, because we mentioned it, all of us mentioned it, we have a flexible study options, part-time and full-time. And sometimes students would like to study full-time just to get the degree quicker. But it comes with all kinds of challenges. So that's why I think it's quite important to have a honest conversation with our program administrators, enrollment team, to understand what options are available, which option works best for you if you have a job, if you have job commitments, if you have a family, and you want to have some window to go for a walk. So it's important to have this conversation.
And Udayangi, what about in terms of the Master of Business Analytics? Any particular advice you'd give there?
Well, I think what Ines just said about the MBM program applies to the Master of Business Analytics program as well. Again, you must evaluate the different options available, and you do have to make that decision of understanding that this is a big commitment that you are going into. It's 15 months of intensive work. Requires a lot of time that you dedicate into it, so you do need to be prepared for that. And I think specifically from the business analytics master students, one thing I would say is you need to be prepared to continue to learn, because we work with technology evolves continuously, the requirements to analyze data will evolve continuously, so you need to be ready to address that challenge. You need to continue to learn, you need to continue to be curious, continue to ask questions. And that's how you will be able to provide value for the organization as well. So those are two very important things that they must continue to do.
I guess the only thing I'd really add from my point of view is just the importance of being passionate about the material, right? So for the Master of Applied Finance, if you're thinking about a change potentially going into the finance industry, you like a fast-moving industry, you like to have new challenges every day, and you like the excitement, I guess, of financial markets, then it sounds like the right program for you. The university offers numerous scholarships to help finance your studies. Explore our wide range of scholarships and awards by visiting the University of Auckland website and apply before the deadlines.
The biggest difference between MBA and MBM candidate is their professional experience. So, simply speaking, MBM is designed for people who are looking for entry-level positions, and they are looking for specific skills associated with digital marketing or strategic management.
Well, Udayangi and Ina, thank you very much for your time. I hope this session gave you some useful insights into our professional programs. If you have any questions or want to learn more, then please don't hesitate to get in touch or have a look at the University of Auckland website.